Good morning, everyone. So, in today's session, we are going to learn how we can take a customer workshop for customer service management. This is specific for the ServiceNow, where when we go to the customer, usually customer is blank, customer is not aware about customer service management. And as a functional or technical architect, it's a duty to let customer know what exactly CSM is in ServiceNow. And when we go to the workshop, then we need to first understand each and every aspect of CSM before we go. So let's understand in detail what we are going to discuss in customer workshops. This is the agenda of what we are going to learn in this particular session. First, we need to understand what is the prerequisite before we even go to workshop. What is the background homework we need to do before we face the customer. We also need to understand who all should be involved in customer workshop. Then, what are the requirement topics we are going to discuss in the workshop? And we also need to define what is the CSM capabilities, functionalities we have, so that customer understand and opt out which capabilities they would like to implement. What is CSM? How CSM is different with ITSM? So most of the customer usually ask this question, like we already have the ITSM for internal IT. How CSM is going to benefit to them? And this particular aspect need to explain to them, like what exactly the CSM is and how it is connected to the ITSM, how it is going to benefit them. And then finally, we need to have the requirement gathering workshop for each functionality which customer try to opt. So let's move further. And these are the prerequisites before we go to workshops. So I'll go all prerequisites one by one. So first we need to understand who all are the stakeholders and we need to invite them. So it's very necessary to understand who all are the stakeholders and we book their calendar in advance so that they can come prepared and they are ready to ask the questions. We also need to do a thorough study of the functionalities of CSM application. So if you are a technical ServiceNow person or you are a functional ServiceNow person, okay, both cases, let's go through all CSM application functions in detail. Because when in customer is going to ask few things, then we should be able to answer. In case sometime it happens we are not able to answer, then we can park those questions and we can ask customer to get back on this. Third thing is we need to log into ServiceNow Now Create and download the required assets. ServiceNow has given a full set of guidelines, full set of documentation on the workshop, on the functionalities, on the implementation. So it's very necessary we log into ServiceNow Create and download the required assets. This only requires one ServiceNow ID to be created and there is no subscription required. It's available for everyone. So let me quickly show how you can find the Now Create and download the required assets. Okay, you can go to browser and you can search for Now Learning ServiceNow Now Create. So when you search it, on top you can see the ServiceNow Now Create ServiceNow, and when you log in, okay, this page appears. As I said, you only need one ServiceNow ID to be created. So if you already have it, you can log in using that. If you don't have it, please sign up for one ServiceNow ID. And it's two-factor authentication. So I should receive an email or OTP. Okay, so now I am logged in. Now what you need to do, here you can see ServiceNow has success pack and assets, and they also provide how we can learn about our methods. So success pack is basically a full set of guidelines from starting to end. Okay, for each phase it shows what documents are required, what is the input, what is the processing, what is the output. From asset perspective, you can go here and now you can search for customer service management. We have product suites here as well, where you can select customer service management, and any specific documentation if you are looking for, you can write down here. So for an example, let's say I'm looking for process workshop. Okay, so you can write the process workshop on top, and then all these are related to customer workshop. Okay, you also need to select this customer service management if you have not, so that it will only show the artifacts related to customer service management. Okay, so we does have the playbook, we have the install base, we have the case management, and all required assets here. So we need to understand, we need to download these assets, and we need to understand the required functionalities. And ServiceNow downloaded assets does have the ServiceNow logo and add all other stuff. There are instructions also how you can use them, and accordingly you can follow the compliance and you can use them. Okay, so next step is for the corporate employees who is already having the Now Learning access, they need to go through the required CSM implementation and fundamental documentation to understand the concept, flows, and the functionalities of the process. Okay. We also recommend you create your own ServiceNow personal development instance. I already have a separate video. I'll also share the link in description. So when you create your own ServiceNow PDI, install the required plugins and understand the CSM module in ServiceNow. Get yourself familiarized what exactly or how the CSM module works. This is for the functional BAs as well as for technical person. Now the most important step is we need to understand the high level customer expectations before even go to the customer workshop, so that we can ensure whatever we are presenting that is relevant. We need to understand the customer business as well, because CSM setup does work based on the business setup of customer. Okay, and accordingly, before even we go to the customer workshops, we need to tweak all our presentation, and that is the very important aspect. Okay, moving to the next slide. As we discussed, who all are the stakeholders that will be involved. So we need to ensure our project managers are involved, ServiceNow administrators are involved. If customer is planning to define the CSM structure, we need to ask them for the resources who are basically the service manager in CSM, who are the administrator of that CSM, and who are the people who are actually going to connect with their customers, the help desk agent, service desk agent. We want those people also to be part of those workshops. So it's not necessary like each and everybody join. Probably the team lead of those teams can join the initial workshops. When we have the training, that point of time we require a large audience, like the whole service desk and service managers, administrators, and everybody on the call, so that they understand end-to-end functionalities, what is actually defined in the system. And we also need the implementation team member who is actually going to implement CSM. Now let's move what all topics we need to discuss with the customer to get the requirements. Okay, so the first workshop where we are right now, we need to understand the flow and we need to explain all functional data models and CSM product overview. So I'm going to cover in my next session CSM overview as well as CSM functional data models. Okay, so you can see here we are going to discuss about customer data fundamentals, what is B2B model, B2C model, partners, B2C, household. So all these are the workshops that we need to conduct with customers. This particular video focus on high level requirements, but when we go to customer, we need to set up the workshops for these individual 10 requirement topics. First is the overview. We are right now here. We are going to understand the high level ServiceNow product overview. We are going to discuss the functionalities what customer is looking for, and accordingly all these requirement workshops presentations are going to be updated. Okay, so what all those workshops are? Initial is CSM overview. Second one is customer data foundation, where the data management of CSM will be discussed. Then service model foundation, if customer is using or following the service models, then this service model foundation data to be discussed. Install base, case management, that is most important, because similar to the incident created in ITIL, in CSM, we create the cases. And when any customer report any issues related to the product and the services, those are logged under case. So this case management talks about that, how we can create a case record, how the state model works, what all roles, notification, surveys would be triggered. Then there should be a workshop for the agent experience, like how agent can efficiently manage the cases. How the assignment is going to be done for those cases. Will it be auto-assigned or will it be manually assigned? Are we going to use advanced workbench for the assignment? Are we going to use the skills or not? So all that requirement to be captured in agent workshop. Then we have the playbooks. So playbooks and recommended actions and guided decisions. These are the three things that also to be discussed. Some of the features here we are discussing about CSM professional, and most of other features are part of CSM standard. In one of the coming slide, we are going to understand and explain to customer also what they are going to opt, because there is a cost difference in the license for ServiceNow standard and ServiceNow professional CSM. Next topic is CSM workspace. So what all changes to be done in the CSM workspace, how the CSM workspace works, what all functionalities are there, all that is going to be discussed. And in subsequent sessions of us, we are going to discuss each and every requirement topic along with the implementation. So it will be a combined understanding how to take up the customer workshops for all these topics, as well as how we are going to implement. So functional plus technical aspect will be discussed. Then advanced work assignment. So this is the topic where if customer want to route the cases automatically based on the skills, based on the shift, based on the availability of the users, online users, we are going to use advanced workbench. Next one is how the customer experience is there, how customer is going to connect to us. Okay, so we have the portals, that is one mode. Then we have the interaction with the CSM module directly. We can have the virtual agent for CSM. We can have the chat. We have the engagement manager, conversational messaging. So we need to discuss in this workshop with customer what all channels they want to implement in starting. Probably not all, but few channels they would like to start, like portal. That is the first point of contact. They might also ask us to enable the email. Probably they would not like their customers to go through the portal and other stuff. They probably would like to have the case create directly from email. So that is one of the very important functionality that we are going to discuss. Finally, the platform features like the knowledge management, that is one of the key aspects to improve the CSM. And in this part, how the efficient knowledge management can be implemented, and how we can connect with the ITSM, how CSM is connected with ITSM, that anyway we are going to cover in one of our slides today itself, and how the generative AI now assist for CSM can help. So that is the additional licensing that is required for generative AI or Now Assist. Okay, but we are going to discuss the functionalities in one of our upcoming sessions for Now Assist as well. So let's first start with what all ServiceNow product capabilities we have, so that customer can understand what all standard ServiceNow CSM application module provide, what professional provide, what enterprise provide, and what is the enterprise plus module provide. Every module, what we can say here, see here, has a different pricing. Okay, and it's a customer call, what functionalities they would like to implement, and accordingly they need to opt the licenses. So when we talk about the standard, all self-service options are included. In standard, all type of omni-channels are included. Okay, contract management, entitlement management, communities for the knowledge management, all agent workspace related stuff, including the CSM configurable workspace, agent assist, customer central, mobile app, time recording, sidebar, all these are part of the standard. Recommended actions we discussed. We also discussed the playbook. Playbook, if you make a note here, playbook is part of the professional setup. So we only can have the recommended actions, but not the playbook. Frontline case page. This is one of the new functionality in the coming in the Xanadu release, where we are providing frontline case page. That means a page which does provide agent the feasibility to check the customer details regarding their call history and everything on a single page and take the action. Response templates for the quick response. Case templates to create a quick case into the system. Okay. Then routing based on the capability, availability, agent affinity, shift, skills, how the cases are going to be routed. That is also defined here. Service management. So CSM can be integrated with incident management, problem, request, change, release, asset, and finance management. All that basic integration of service management modules is also part of this. Let's go a little more detail about the initial component, which we did not discuss here. So self-service, that means how customer can connect with the service provider. So all these self-service portion, so all the self-service options are available. Like we can have a portal. So CSM module does provide two type of portals, one for the customers, one for the consumers. Okay, so customer service portal, consumer service portal. User self-registration. If any customer is not registered, they also provide an option so that they can register themselves. Even the consumers, they can register themselves. We can go in detail. Engagement manager, configurable visits, and portal looker. Then we have the omni-channels, how customer is going to connect, what mode they can connect. As I said, the foremost used one is email, phone, omni-channel callback option, live agent, through virtual agent, agent whisper, walk-up experience, and web embedded. So all these options are there, which are available as an omni-channel. Contract management, service management, entitlement, communities for to manage the content management, and this helps overall customer not actually every time connect to the agent, but get the solution from the community itself. So as ServiceNow also provide the community, like, so when we try to find out some solutions for some technical or functional aspect, we go to community and find the solution. So it's not every time we raise a high or ServiceNow support ticket, but we can use the communities to get the answer. And the analytics and reporting as well is also part of standard. So okay, from agent perspective, we have the agent assist, configurable workspace, mobile app, and time recording and sidebar functionalities. So sidebar functionality also provide option to connect with the other agents without knowing the customer when we are talking about the live agents. Okay, so what else is in professional? That is very important to understand. Playbook for CSM. Playbook is something which provide a step-by-step guide to the agent, not to the customer. Okay, this is to agent, how they can get the required information from the customer in case anything is required, or how they can solve a particular case. Similarly, we have guided decision experience. That is also similar sort of guided decision, where if had kind of if else situations. So based on the situations, it guides us and we take the decisions. Advanced workspace assignment operations dashboard. So we have the routing here, but some of the standard feature we have here for the routing of the cases. But advanced workspace operation dashboards are available in professional version. Okay, CSM with continual service improvement plus project management. Some of the service management aspect integrations are not available in the standard part, but those are available in professional. CSM with the DevOps and with vendor owner workspace is there. Now intelligence, where we have the virtual agent, predictive intelligence, performance analytics, task intelligence. Okay, these are part of a professional. Then we go further to proactive customer service operations. So proactive case management, that is basically the integration with ITOM, so that we can understand from the event management perspective itself before even customer report any issues. So that is also part of professional. Conversational messaging, dynamic translation, B2B2E data model, all that is part of professional. So we have B2B, B2C, and business to business to employee or business to enterprise data model also. That is part of professional. In enterprise, we have the process mining and workforce optimization. So workforce optimization ensure whosoever the agent we have, those are optimally utilized. And process mining ensure from a case creation to solution if there are any gaps in the process which can be filled up to reduce the overall resolution time of that particular case. Those gaps are identified as part of the process mining and fix it. So it also provides the recommendations, and based on the recommendations we can try to solve those gaps, we can fix those gaps, we can remove those gaps, and then improve our process. This is the recent addition on which we are here with AI. So when we use the Now Assist with CSM, we have an option for the case summarization, chat summarization. So if once the case is resolved, we have an option for the case summarization, and it summarizes the overall case and put into the work note, so that people need not to go to the complete detail. They can only go to the summarized version of all activities occurred from starting till end. Similarly, for the chat summarization, if the chat is going from the long time and if we try to pass it to another agent, so for the agent it's not necessary to go through the chat from end to end. We use this feature chat summarization, which summarizes the overall chat, provide the gist to the agent to pick up immediately and take the action with the action as required. Now Assist in AI search. So it also provides AI search, which basically search. Okay, Now Assist in AI search basically search in ServiceNow in various modules. Okay, including the related incidents, related CSM cases, and other components. Now Assist in virtual agent. We have the Now Assist in virtual agent, which helps basically to find out automatic related topic and provide the information to the requester. We have the automatic knowledge article generation once the case is resolved, so that this similar sort of case can be solved with the knowledge article next time. And post call summarization, once the call is completed, it also provides the complete detail including the initial root cause. Dynamic Q&A translation, in case any different language is there, it automatically transfers for the agent. Resolution notes generation. So based on the case summarization, it provides the overall resolution note summary and put into the resolution notes. Chat reply generation. So if some customer is going for a chat and agent is busy with multiple chats at a time, okay, so chat reply generation basically understand the context and create a chat quick chat response where agent can quickly have a look and then they can send it. Sidebar discussion summarization. Sidebar allow us agents to talk with the different agents, kind of agent whisper, where they can talk with the different agents, as well as this sidebar also allow the technical teams to connect with each other. And email reply generation. This is the last functionality here, where when customer sends an email or we need to compose an email, we can quickly click on the email reply and email reply generation, and based on the customer email, it automatically set the body of the email. We only need to make some of the changes and then we can set it. Okay, so there are multiple customer service management features are there, that is also mentioned here, like CSM query, CSM with field management, CSM customer access management. In the foundation data we talk about account, contract, partner, household, unified customer, consumer profile, product model, sold model, install base. In case management we talk about life cycle, case type, targeted communications and so on. So we are going to discuss in our subsequent sessions about most of these CSM components related to the foundation, related to the customer data foundation, install base and case management. Now platform features like CMDB and CSDM, we will have a touch base on CMDB and CSDM. I'll also try to create a full complete video with the relationship of CSDM and CSM. Service catalog, SLM, survey, interaction, assignment rules, email, knowledge product entitlements, document management, ACL, timesheet and digital portfolio. So all these are capabilities of CSM, and based on like what customer would like to opt, the customer go for the licenses, and accordingly we need to have the discussion. For an example, if customer opt for the standard license, there is no point we go and discuss about the playbooks, guided decision experience, AW operation, proactive case management and so on. Okay, so it's very necessary what customer is planning to opt. There are high chances initially customer does start with the standard, and gradually in few years they migrate themselves to professional. When they feel they are a bit mature, they can probably go. So let's see what is CSM. CSM is customer service management. So think for a situation where you buy a product from the market and that product is faulty. Now if product is faulty, basically that is under warranty and we need to give a call to customer service. That's the concept. So when we buy a product, purchase a product or service, so during or after the purchase of the product and service, if we need to connect to the customer service, that concept comes from CSM. Okay, so it provides a warranty whenever we give a call. Basically, if you have noticed, like, we buy a router and there is an option for the self-service registration. So we go to the site and we register ourselves. That is called self-service user registration, and that we are doing in one of the customer service management application, where we register ourselves. We let them know, okay, I bought this product on XYZ date, so that our warranties can be start from that date onwards. Okay. Similarly, when we buy some product from the shop, from any retail shop, the retail shopkeeper also provide that information to the manufacturer company who is actually providing the customer service support, so that they are also aware, like, this product is sold out to XYZ person, and that person is entitled for the warranties. So it's all about managing the services for the customers before, during, after the purchase of a product or service. Okay, that is called customer service management. And CSM is a product that enable the business across all industries to provide the service and support to their customers. So CSM is basically not only to the individual consumers, which we just spoke about. This is more towards the retailers as well. So when any manufacturer, let's say factory we have, and when that manufacturer sells the product to the business, that means any retail shop, so that is called B2B, business to business. And when that product is sold to the individual consumers, that is called B2C, business to consumer. Okay, so this B2B and B2C concept we are going to read in detail also. Now in this diagram you can see, like, the customers, that is the individual and organizations entitled that consume product and services. Okay, these are the customers who are actually the consumers, and these are the service providers who are basically So who are basically selling that product. So once that product is sold out, then to get the warranty, we have to register ourselves, or we need to get it registered through by giving a call to customer service desk, or we can do it by ourselves. Okay, so whenever we have an issue, basically we need to give a call to customer service management team, and they raise a case on behalf of us. Okay, that case basically goes to the agent to fulfill. Now there is also a combination of the other product, like here it shows the cycle. So whenever is the customer, there are the channels we talk about, like this could be email, this could be a form, this could be a virtual chat agent. They gives a call to customer support. Customer support basically create one interaction record. So this interaction could come from the chat, this interaction could come from the phone voice. This interaction record, they understand, the customer service understand, and create a case against that. Okay, this case further needs to taken up by some of the agent. So it can even go to the field service agent. Let's talk about, let's say a router is having an issue. So we are not sending router to the factory outlet or to the manufacturer. Basically one of the representative comes to our home and fix it. That concept is called field service support. That means some agent comes to the field and support it, and to support they need to basically have a work order in place. So whenever any field service support is required, this case is further converting to a work order, and work order is basically being worked by the field service agent. Similarly, when there is a product, okay, and that requires some technical support. So probably the setup of that router, what we just spoke, right? Then if this can be done by the IT service agent, and we do not require a field service agent to visit our home, then IT support agent does help on this. Okay, if there are some issues related to the underlying infrastructure, then IT support agent takes up that, and for that we need to create a related record. That could be incident, that could be request, that could be problem of change. Okay, that's how a CSM case is further connected with ITSM, FSM, and all other modules. So interaction we just spoke. Interaction is basically a conversation between the customer and the customer support, and that creates interaction record. Case, when customer complaint is logged, that log record is called a case. And when there are any technical issues for any of the product, for that we need to fix it, it basically goes to the technical support, and we need to log an incident. So when I say we, that means the customer support basically case converted to the incident. Customer support needs to do that. Okay, so here it is also converted into multiple tiers. When we say as a tier 0, where customer raise a complaint, and that could be from the self-service, that could be from the virtual agent, that could be from the knowledge. So if customer, consumer, business locations, engagement manager, through any ways they raise a complaint, and if this is fixed by themselves also, that is called tier 0. When it raise a case, that means this particular issue was not resolved by the self-service. Okay, then it comes to the case, and that case is basically managed by the frontline agent. That is called tier 1D. When there is a technical issue behind that product or sold product or install base, then it needs to transfer to the next layer who is more technical. Okay, and that technical issue is basically fixed by the back office IT agents, and for that we need to have the incident, problem, change, or some sort of record in place, and that team is called tier 2. So tier 0, basically the person, consumer, self, I can say, and tier 1 basically the customer support team, who is the frontline agent team, and tier 2 is the backend team. Okay, so this is how CSM is basically connected to ITSM. So that's it for now, and in our coming workshops we are going to discuss more about the requirements. Okay, we are going to discuss about all these requirements, and then we in our workshop we need to have a list of all requirements. We also need to explain to the customer, and customer need to decide what all options they would like to go. Probably they would not like to have the quick message, then we need not to implement this. But before that we need to explain what exactly the quick message is, what is SLA, what is case action status. So in our next session we are going to explain all the requirements one by one. It's more towards a functional concept understanding for the workshop, so that we can take to the customer, where customer also understand the functionality and take a decision what all functionalities they want to implement. Thank you so much for today, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you.